Hey everyone, Marina here with Front Yard Edibles. Today we're going to be digging up some burdock root. Burdock is an excellent wild edible plant to learn because it's abundant and it's easy to identify. I drink the root as a tea to help with my eczema, and it helps to detox the liver as well. In many parts of Asia, it's cultivated and is known as gobo. It depends on who you ask as to whether or not it's good eaten as a sort of vegetable. Some people say it tastes like dirt, and other people love it. I personally haven't eaten the root in stir fries or on its own or anything like that, so today I'm going to try that for the first time. We'll see how it goes. So let's get to learning how to identify burdock and dig up some roots. When I say burdock, many people picture this, a giant plant with the fuzzy burrs that stick onto everything. But burdock is a biennial plant, which means this is its second year of growth, when it sends up its flower stalk and develops these burrs. In its first year of growth, it resembles its other name, wild rhubarb. This is when you want to harvest the burdock root. In its first year of growth, when it has the basal leaves but no central flower stalk yet. You can tell it apart from rhubarb because burdock has fuzzy leaves and a hollow stem. Growing right next to that first year burdock plant are some second year burdock plants. As you can see, they're sending up their flower stalks. It's best to harvest burdock root in the fall, winter, or in the spring the following year before they send up their flower stalks. Digging up burdock root can be quite the process and a bit of a pain. Sometimes it's easier to dig a hole next to the root and kind of wiggle it into the hole that you've created. As you can see, they can get to over a foot long and over an inch in diameter. These were actually small. And then washing off all the dirt. I hosed them off real quick outside and then scrubbed them really well in the kitchen sink. We have our burdock roots. I'm gonna chop up most of these really small and dry them to be used in tea later on. And I'm gonna choose one of these to slice up really thin and peel and fry up in some butter to try it out and see how it tastes. Let's see, I'm gonna choose this one. Most people recommend peeling it as you would like a carrot before dicing it up and throwing it into a stir fry. So that's what I'm going to do with this one, and then for the rest I'm going to chop them up really fine and dry them in the oven for a bit. Alright, so I've sliced up one of the roots really thin after peeling it, and I'm going to fry that up in some butter with salt and pepper. And then I've diced up a bunch to dry in the oven to use in tea later on. Now you want to do this right after you harvest the burdock root, because if you wait until the root is dry to chop it up, it's going to be near impossible to chop it up. So do it as soon as you harvest, and I'll show you how to dry it in the oven. To dry the roots in the oven, preheat it to about 170. Then spread the roots really thin on a baking sheet. Leave the oven door open, just a crack, while you're drying the roots in the oven. This way, there's plenty of airflow. You'll know that the roots are done because they're going to shrink quite a bit and they'll feel like tiny little pebbles. This process can take a few hours. If it gets too hot, you can turn the oven off for a minute and then preheat it back to about 170. While that's drying in the oven, let's get to cooking the other root. So I got a little excited with the butter and had to add kale to soak some of it up, but I finished cooking the burdock root, and this will be my first time trying it. So here it goes. Okay, I don't know who said that it tastes like dirt, but it's actually pretty good. Yeah, I highly recommend going and finding some burdock and adding some of the roots to your next stir fry. It's pretty good. So as always, please triple check your plant identifications and happy foraging.